UFC 195 early prelims fight pass. We have the full fight stats with Joe Duffy, the Irish Joe Duffy versus Dustin Diamond Poirier, and this was an amazing fight. It went 3 rounds. It went the distance, 15 minutes of brutality, of awesome action. I was shocked that this one went the distance. I really thought Joe Duffy would knock out Dustin Poirier or submit him. I know Dustin Diamond Poirier is very tough, and he proved it that he is tough as nails, and he deserves to be in the lightweight division. Mad respect. Irish Joe Duffy, dude has a hell of a freaking chin, and so does Dustin Poirier. These dudes beat each other down, and it was a bloody ass fight too. So the judges, I don't agree with the way the judges scored it, 30-26, 30-27, 30-26. I was like, what the fuck? I thought that it was going to be different, like maybe a split decision, because I felt that Joe Duffy won the 3rd round for sure. The 1st round was so-so. It was kind of hard to, gauge on that one. But I was giving it 2 rounds to 1 to Joe Duffy against Dustin Poirier. I know Dustin did take him down a bunch of times, but I still gave, the 3rd round to Joe. So here are the stats. Joe Duffy with 46 of 77 total strikes landed. He had 39 single strikes landed of 70. Dustin Poirier had 40 of 60. Dustin Poirier landed 40 total strikes of 69 attempts in the 1st round. He had 39 significant strikes of 68 attempts in the 1st round. Dustin Poirier had 1 takedown in the 1st round with 1 attempt. Joe Duffy had none. In the 2nd round, Dustin Poirier had 29 total strikes landed of 47 attempts, 9 significant strikes of 13 attempts, and he had 1 takedown attempt. And then Joe Duffy had 2 total strikes of 9 attempts in the 2nd round. Significant strikes, 1 of 8 in the 2nd round, no takedowns. So I do see where a judge could go, 10-8, but I don't know. I mean, he was fighting in a lot of defense in that round, so I think that was kind of bogus for it to be 10-8 round. Because he did have a lot of defensive in that. Because you just look at how many landed strikes that Dustin had in the 2nd round. It shows it was a low striking round. In the 3rd round, Joe Duffy had 25 total strikes of 35 attempts landed. He had 13 single strikes landed of 23 attempts. For Dustin Poirier, he had 13 total strikes landed of 24 attempts, 7 significant strikes of 7 thrown. He had 2 takedowns for 2 takedown attempts. Joe Duffy had none. Joe Duffy had 2 submission attempts in the 3rd round, and that's why I gave it to Duffy for the 3rd round. He had 25 landed strikes. Dustin had 2. Yeah, he had 13. He had 2 takedowns, but Duffy had 2 submission attempts. The 1st round, Duffy landed more strikes than Dustin did. Yeah, he had the takedown, but his defensive game was very awesome and on point, to where it stopped Dustin from doing a lot. So, the judges gave it to Dustin. Got to respect it. But Joe Duffy, in my opinion, he won that fight. I would love to see, a rematch sometime. For the full, all 3 rounds together combined, for the full fight stats breakdown, we have Dustin Poirier with 9 minutes and 28 seconds of total control of the fight, where Duffy had only 4 seconds. And for total strikes, Dustin Poirier landed 82 of 140 attempts. He had 55 significant strikes landed of 98 attempts. For Joe Duffy, he had 73 total strikes landed of 121. Significant strikes landed for Joe Duffy, he had 55 of 101. He didn't have any takedowns, but he had 2 submission attempts. Dustin Poirier, he had 4 of 4 takedown attempts. Now, this was an awesome fight. It was spectacular, a great way to kick off the fight pass, the main event for the fight pass on the prelims. Awesome fight. Can't wait for the rest of the fights tonight. Thanks for watching.